Abusheni kumo awa channel so ha say AGH Podcast Avenue. Podcast of Secretary Mekus Mickey Headlines and a Jambre na EDB Exmo. Now on the floor of Parliament, a year Alexander Afenyo Markins. Majority leader etimi etutu bi ede emane no. Kyerɛ ne sɛ saa sɛbia so sɛbia nyado nsɛm a nsɛm fata we sei no. Yentimi enso so ɛwɔ ase but yɛmmɔnwura mu ne yɛnhwɛ nsɛm ahodo a ɛyɛ ojina so ama wode kan asem no e de kire eye Alexander Afenyo Markins chine so am say ha say eye G Politics Avenue.
Minority Leader.
Speaker, with respect, with your kind indulgence, I want to bring to the attention of the House, especially since the Finance Minister is here, this announcement by Bank of Ghana of charging 0.75% when somebody transfers money from his bank account into his mobile money wallet. If the Finance Minister may recall, his government decided to repeal the e-levy law, and now Bank of Ghana is introducing the e-levy again.
Minority Leader, I recognize
that's why, Mr. Speaker, because the Finance Minister is here, and now they make an announcement that they have suspended it for further
Minority Leader, with all due respect, when we operate within the rules, problems of this nature will not have it.
Very well. Yeah, Mr. Speaker, with respect, that's why I
Majority say with your Leader, you have the floor.
Yes, Majority Leader may intervene. Yeah.
Mr. Speaker, I request that everything that he has said should be expunged from the records. Mr. Speaker, this kind of lawlessness cannot be accepted. Not especially from a leader. Please, let's get serious. No, let's get serious. Let's get serious, please. Don't let us start this meeting on this note. We've been in this house. You have just come. But those of you who have been in this house, for God's sake, after votes and proceedings, is the first thing to get up and be asking questions to the Finance Minister. Is that the first thing to do? It's not even because, listen carefully, the Finance Minister is actually pleading with me to allow him to get up and respond to him. But I'm saying that cannot be accepted as a practice of this House. Otherwise, we descend to chaos and lawlessness. And you, the Minority Leader, you cannot lead in allowing this House to descend into chaos and lawlessness. Please, let's stop that. Let's get serious as a House. We have rules. If we decide that we are not going to go according to our rules, do you know what is going to happen to you? Your very right as a minority to say what you want to say is because there are rules that say that you should say whatever you want to say. But the same rules indicate when you should say it. Please, you are the Minority Leader. That is not how we behave in this House. You were a Majority Leader. Is that what your colleagues were doing to you? Please, let's stop that. You just get up and whatever you want to say, you just say. That you are who? Please.
Honorable members.
Mr. Speaker,
honorable members,
we cannot allow that.
I think I indicated clearly that if you all operate within the rules, we wouldn't have a problem. This is what Order 93 is saying. By the indulgence of the House and leave of the Speaker, a member may explain a matter of personal nature or make a statement on a matter of urgent public importance at the time appointed for statement under Order 67. 2. The proposed statement shall be admitted by the Speaker with or without modification. This is what the rules is saying. Are we operating within the rules? Yes.
Speaker, with respect, in responding to my issue, the majority leader had put certain things on record. I believe that it's only fair that leave is granted me to respond to them. Mr. Speaker, this side of the House concede to the fact that this House operates with rules and must operate within its rules. We operate a governance architecture which also has within it the rule of necessity. The rule of necessity and prudence can both be invoked, and these provisions, when they are invoked, they supersede procedure. I know my law in the minimum. Mr. Speaker, the rule of necessity is inherent. Mr. Speaker, the rule of necessity is inherent. Mr. Speaker, what I said must not be looked at in its form, but the substance. We have a state institution that has made a public announcement to the effect that certain charges are being levied on the ordinary Ghanaian. That if you transfer money from your account into your mobile money wallet, you are being charged 0.75%. As a parliament,
Honorable Minority Leader,
Mr. Speaker, I need
Honorable
to conclude.
Minority Leader, resume your seat. Honorable Minority Leader, kindly resume your seat.
Very well, Mr.
Kindly
Speaker.
resume your
Very
seat.
well.
Honorable members, I took the time to read the rules copiously, and I think the House agree with me that we need to operate within the rules. I was with the Minority Leader at conclave. He never mentioned it to me that he has a statement of this nature. It is urgent, therefore he needs my leave to make such a statement. I'm completely not aware of it. Operating within the rules, everything said by Minority Leader on his feet is ordered to be expunged from the record. Let's make progress. Yes, Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker,
Speaker, I believe that in making your orders, the Majority Leader responded to the record that you have ordered same to be expunged. In the spirit of fairness, if you do not want these records to be part of our records, then it is only fair, Mr. Speaker, that the very response to it must also be off our records in its entirety. Mr. Speaker, that would always only be fair because, Mr. Speaker, you cannot place something on nothing. If he says, Mr. Speaker, let us be fair. If you say that I did not follow the rule, and I'm not going to challenge you, it is part of your duty as a presiding officer. But then every single thing that was said in response with respect to the subject matter of these charges by Bank of Ghana must also go off the records, must be expunged accordingly, Mr. Speaker. That is my humble submission.
Honorable members, it is trite learning that you cannot put something on nothing and expect it to stand. McFoy versus UAC. So consequently, everything that both leaders said are ordered to be expunged from the record, as if it does not exist. Everything that is said, after correction of vote and proceedings, everything said is ordered to be expunged from the records.
Speaker, the Deputy Finance Minister. These are matters between the leaders and the first Deputy Speaker. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that you...
I have not heard the Deputy Finance Minister.
Mr. Speaker,
I have not granted him the
Speaker,
floor.
I know he is the Deputy Finance Minister and carries some weight.
I have not granted him
Mr.
the
Speaker,
floor
but
to
I'm
speak.
bringing it to your attention that he himself must know that these charges that are being levied by Bank of Ghana,
Honorable
he should have come
Minority
to this
Leader,
house.
you are completely out of order. I again order that same speech be expunged from the record as if it does not exist. Yes, Majority Leader, by agreement, we have to go to commencement
Yes, Mr.
of
Speaker.
public business.
Yes, so let's...
Presentation of papers, item numbered 8. Yes.
Mr. Speaker, let's do vary the order paper and handle addendum.
Very well.
Yeah.
Yes, Minority Leader, the application is to vary the order of business and take the order
But the
paper
finance minister
addendum.
is here.
Mr. Speaker, you just spoke about the rules. It's also part of the rules to consult. Mr. Speaker, it is also part of our practice. Practices are part of the rules and laws of this house.
That's why it's rules and practices.
Mr. Speaker, he who comes to equity must do equity.
Now we're clear.
You know, but I won't demand my pound of flesh. I rest my case.
Order paper addendum at commencement of public business, item numbered A, by the Minister responsible for finance. The item numbered A, B, C, and D are all standing in the name of the Finance Minister. So, Finance Minister, you have the floor. You may lay all of them together.
Annual report on the management of the energy sector levies and accounts for the year 2025. Reconciliation report on the Petroleum Holding Fund for the year 2025. Annual public debt management report for the 2025 financial year. Annual report on public-private partnership projects for the year 2025.
Honourable members, the item numbered A on the order paper addendum is referred to the Finance Committee with leadership of Committee on Energy joining them. Yes?
Mr. Speaker, are you taking the papers on the other paper addendum, A, B, C, D as having been laid.
Yes, having been presented. Now I'm doing the referrals.
But Mr. Speaker, before you do make the referral, I'm referring to Standing Order 97, 2 and 3. I want to believe that the Minister of Finance is not desirous of making any brief statement or remarks on all the papers that he's laid. I want to be sure about that before I move on to 97.3.
Well, 97.3 allows you to make a request in the event the presenter of the paper did not give a short explanation. So you have the floor.
Right, Honourable Speaker, I want to invoke Standing Orders 97.3.
Yes, Finance Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the report that I laid this morning are 4 in number. The first one happens to be the annual report on the management of the energy sector levies and account for the year 2025. Mr. Speaker, this report details how the monies received and accrued to the state on the back of all the petroleum taxes were utilized, particularly the one relating to the management of the energy sector debt recovery. And so, Mr. Speaker, the details of the report, the details are in the report and has accordingly been presented to the committee for deliberation. And when the committee invites us, we'll go and present the details. Mr. Speaker, the second one relates to the reconciliation report on the Petroleum Holding Fund for the year 2025. Right, Honorable Speaker, this happens to be an obligation imposed on us as part of the Petroleum Revenue Management Act, that the minister responsible for finance must submit a report of the previous year to Parliament detailing what accrued to the state in terms of the petroleum funds and how this amount was used. And so, Mr. Speaker, I'm only presenting a report detailing what was accrued to the state and how we actually utilize the resources. Mr. Speaker, the next one happens to be the public debt report, the annual public debt report, which is largely informing Parliament Ghana's public debt situation. And Mr. Speaker, I'm proud to inform the House that Ghana, for the first time since 2013, have achieved a moderate risk of debt distress from unsustainable debt to high risk of debt distress and now a moderate risk of debt distress. And so it's only, all the details are in the report, and accordingly the committee will discuss that. Mr. Speaker, finally, I also submitted the annual report on public-private partnership project for the year 2025. Again, Mr. Speaker, this is also a statutory report, and we are under obligation to present public-private partnership projects to the House and also to look at future projects. Mr. Speaker, all the details are in the report, and we have accordingly submitted all the copies to the table office for distribution. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honourable members, the item numbered A has been duly presented, and it is referred to the Finance Committee with the leadership of Energy joining for consideration and report. Item numbered B on the order paper, yes. Yes. Yes.
Speaker, with respect, I just want clarity. If you say the leadership of the Energy Committee should be added, what I want to know from the chair is whether or not there was any application by the majority side to have the Energy Committee leadership. If it's a joint referral, Mr. Speaker, I am of the view that if indeed we want some input from the Energy Committee or say another committee, let me be very hypothetical. Whenever there is a referral, my view is that if we want to make it joint, we should make it joint. Mr. Speaker, the practice of only leadership joining another committee, Mr. Speaker, I don't see the added value. If we want the full committee to participate, then, Mr. Speaker, I humbly suggest that make it a joint committee so that they bring a joint report. But the situation where the leadership of another committee sitting merely to observe or participate, Mr. Speaker, they don't become part of the record. How would their input be captured? How would their input be captured? So, Mr. Speaker, I believe that if you hold a view that there's a need to have the Energy Committee members on the committee to consider this referral, please, Mr. Speaker, kindly make it a joint committee rather than just leadership of Energy Committee joining the Finance Committee. Mr. Speaker, I humbly submit accordingly.
We ain't some who tim cause or channel so mamina was so jembre, as an so bad in the Dumbia Romania, Unia, Basan Asumo.